When you look at vintage Sanborn maps, there's just something absolutely amazing and exquisite about it, and people were taking loads of time to make these front covers in this unique and exquisite style, so it's no wonder that people try to replicate it and use this kind of vintage Sanborn graphic. The problem is it can be really difficult to find the right style of font or the right elements like those thin flourishes and things like that, but I have really good news because in Kittl, we just released some Sanborn style fonts as well as amazing frames and elements like thin flourishes and things like that in the Sanborn graphic style. And today I'm going to show you how to make a Sanborn graphic with Kittl, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So hey, if you don't have Kittl yet, go ahead and sign up for free using the link down in the description, and also go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any awesome videos like this one or any upcoming features or events and things like that. So enough talking, let's get into Kittl and start designing. Alright, let's get started by adding text. You can hit the T button, by the way, to quickly add text. And so what we're going to do is type in Chicago, and then we're going to pick one of our new Sanborn style fonts. So if I click this one right here, it's called Headstock. You can scroll down and find it. It was just in my recently used fonts here. And then I'm going to put this on an angle, and this is something that you would commonly see in those examples that I showed you there in the beginning. Of course, you can find a lot of those on Pinterest or somewhere else that has a lot of old, historical style documents. So once we feel like Chicago is in a good place, it's a lot easier to start adding your other elements. And so if I go over here in the Ornaments panel over here on the left, we have this Sanborn style illustration type components here that you can easily use. And by the way, if you didn't watch our interview with Toby where I talked with him and he actually demoed all of these brand new, definitely go watch that video. I'm going to link it up in the cards right there in the top right of your screen. But as you can see, I'm starting to add these components here, and I can just size them ever so slightly and move them up and down into a part where I feel like I have them pretty good. Then I can come back over here in the elements and I can start adding more, so I can find other components that I think are going to work. So let me just zoom through this. I'm finding some that I think will work, but then I'm gonna take out the bottom. You see there I added a block and I made it white because some of the part of the component I didn't really want. So then I'm using these kind of diagonal components to frame Chicago, and then with this circle here, I'm gonna make it part of this bottom part here, and then I'm gonna duplicate that circle and put it behind the C because I want to highlight the big C in Chicago. And so just keep in mind when you're using different elements, make sure they're all that kind of thin ornamental line work that matches the rest of the Sanborn style. I picked a circle that worked well with the rest of the elements here. So now we're adding shadow to type. We're going to change our colors to black, and then I'm going to change my fill color to white. And this is something that you'll commonly see. Again, if you have a good reference, it's going to help you a lot. So now I'm adding these diagonal lines here, not the horizontal ones, the diagonal lines here, and then I can play with my distance and my weight to get them exactly where I want them, and I'm going to turn them to black. And then I'm going to go back over to the text and I can add border weight to this. So now if I change the border weight to white, it's starting to come together already. It looks more like a Sanborn graphic in just a couple of seconds. I mean, this would take you forever in Illustrator, but we can add a second outline width. And then if I make that one black, which it already is, now it's even easier to see. I'm going to adjust my letter spacing here, but you can see how in just seconds I took this type and made it very Sanborn-y, very vintage, something that I truly believe would take you a long time in another program if you're not a master at that program and you don't know exactly what to do. But in Kittl, we've made things like this super, super easy. So let me adjust this circle right here. And then what we're going to do is start working with some filler text. So I need to create a little bit more space here. I think the C with the shadow is touching that bottom component. But let's duplicate this text here. We're going to duplicate Chicago. So if I select it, you can hold the Alt or Option key and drag. You can also hit Command or Control C and V. And then what we're actually going to do first is create a secondary shadow before we start duplicating and making filler text. So if I leave the hatched lines on, but I take the shadow off, let me take the border weight off here. Then I can right click and I can send this to the back. And now I can move it around and I have like a secondary shadow. All right, it's a little bit of a hack. We've done this a couple times. Maybe you've caught it in the previous videos. But this is a very Sanborn Map thing to do, is to have this etched copperplate style, hatching and things like that. So that is a really simple way to do it. You just duplicate your text and then turn off some of the fills and make sure your hatched lines are still there. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value from this Sanborn graphic tutorial, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and then hitting that red subscribe button if you haven't already. And then let me know in the comments, what are you going to use this Sanborn style for? Is it a logo maybe? Is it a t-shirt graphic? Is it a flyer? Is it a book cover? I'd love to know what you're going to do with it. So go ahead and comment below and let's get back to the tutorial. Now we can duplicate our text here, bring it down, again, Alt Option and drag. And then what we're going to do is bring that to the front because it was behind some of the components. And then what we're going to do is we are going to create some filler text. A lot of these Sanborn graphics, as you might have already seen, have a lot of filler text because they're giving you a lot of information. So we're going to type the Windy City. And this is obviously too big, so we need to size it down here. And then I'm going to make it fit here in this middle part of the section, kind of this middle banner, if you will, this kind of really thin, ornate banner. And let's choose Old Erica. We're going to do a little bit of a different vintage font here. It's okay to mix fonts, by the way. Again, just make sure you have a really great reference. It's going to be difficult to have a bad reference, I think, if you're looking up Sanborn graphics. So now, obviously, we're a little bit too small since we've changed that. So we need to do a little bit of editing here. We need to just make sure our spacing looks good between the letters, and then of course we need to make sure we're messing with our hatched lines to make sure that they're good to go. You're going to mess with your distance a little bit. Of course, guys, you can play around with this any way you want. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. And then we need to size this up to make sure that it's in the middle of this component. Now, if you have chosen another component, obviously you want to make sure that that text fits there. So I'm adding a couple of other subtext. So we got state in Illinois here, but I'm changing some things to make sure that it's, you know, subtext, right? Hierarchically, I want Chicago, obviously, you know, front and center. And then I've got that black circle down there that's going to kind of tie visually the top and the bottom. So now I've got 2022 down here. And that's what I'm going to put in the middle of that circle. I'm changing my text as well. I'm changing my font, and then we need to do a little bit of sizing here. So if I zoom in here so you can see it, I'm going to start adjusting some colors here so that they make sense. So I'm going to make this one white, right, the shadow white, so that it you know, it bounces off that black. And then I'm going to adjust some colors here as well, so I can change my border weight to white. And again, you can adjust these any way you want them. Again, check out your reference, see what you want to do, and you can really make some really cool creative things. So now I'm just going to duplicate. I'm going to create some more filler text. So I've got the Kittl map code is what I'm going to put over here on the right side. Again, you can mess with these, make sure that they look good how you want them, and then we're going to duplicate that text as well. And then I'm going to put welcomes you here in the middle. So we've got this kind of art text right here in the middle of this banner. So always make sure that you're filling the components well. So we want to fill space really nicely in the midst of these. And now what we're going to do is add some spot elements here. And so what I'm going to do is put them on the top and bottom of 2022 because I didn't feel like it filled that space super well. Now I'm going to add this component on the bottom here, this really thin component. Again, make sure you're using components that work well. I'm going to add some rays behind the C, but now there's something weird happening with the bottom part of the C there, the bottom right of the top flourish of the C. The ray is kind of meshing with the hatches, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to kind of mask it, fake mask it by making this block white. And so now what happens if I bring the text to the front, I'm going to bring this to the front, boom, and so now the rays aren't cutting through into the middle of that C, right? So now I've got it much cleaner now. And so now I'm going to add some more components here to fill in the space, right? We need to fill in this whole space. You can kind of see it's like an upside down pyramid sort of, and so you want to make sure that you're filling your whole space. If you were to draw a shape around this, the shape would look like it's, you know, completely full, and we can do that with flourishing really easily. Now we can go over here and we can change our color. So I think I'm going to change the background color to this kind of off whitish cream, which you might see on really old paper or like blueprints or something like that. And you can even change your text to something like gray. I mean, you could change your text to whatever you want. It doesn't have to be, you know, black. But that is a super easy way that you can move your colors easily around with the project colors in the bottom. So let's add some texture. I've got paper textures over here in the left, and we're just going to flip through a couple of them to see what we like until we get one that feels pretty good. And then maybe we can go back and we can keep changing our colors to see that texture a little bit better. And so, yeah, that's feeling pretty good. So here is our completed Sanborn Map graphic for Chicago that we've made here, completely done in Kittl. So I hope you have a ton of fun of this, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Now, if you are a typography enthusiast, you love vintage type fonts, things like that, I have some amazing videos here on my right, as well as a playlist that I know you're gonna love. So check those out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel again so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, create magic.